So checking Facebook Marketplace, I spotted a $25 Carhartt jacket for pickup. So that's where we're heading right now to go pick it up because it's available. There you go. Thank you. All right, so I just picked it up. Carhartt. It's a J255. So I know that I only had $20 left to spend in my current budget, and this was $25. I could have done a few things. I could have haggled to $20, which I didn't feel good about that because $25 is a good deal for this anyway. Secondly, I woke up to a comment saying, you know, ask your friends, family for free mailers, and I was like, I didn't even think about that. So what I'm going to do is not use the mailers that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I put out a post on Facebook asking for free mailers from my friends and family. So that is what I'll be doing. I'm going to allot the $5 I spent there towards here. And I know it's just a small discrepancy, but I'm trying to keep it as true to $50 as I can. But this is my first time doing this challenge, so I've got some wrinkles that I need to iron out in it anyway. So that's where we're at. I just wanted to specify that in case somebody is getting worked up over a $5 discrepancy. It's not a huge deal for me. I could just have sold something for $5 if I wanted to, or just return the stuff to Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna do it this way. Moving on. And while we're on the subject for, you know, technicalities, disclaimers, and everything, I did start this challenge on a store that Kyle had sold a few things on. So he did have like 20 feedback on it. I forget what the number is now. But it was in a technology category. So I actually had some disadvantages using his store because the algorithm was already more geared towards like electronics and video games and toys. And he also had some dings on his metrics for late shipment. So I was working at a disadvantage, but somebody called out saying that it's not 100% legit, and I love a good challenge. So what I did was I deleted that account after I did some research because I didn't know if I could do this. And I'm going to open up a new one using like my social security number too, just because I didn't know if eBay allowed that. So there were some things I didn't know what was allowed with multiple stores, but now I know. So it's 100% going to be from scratch, no prior feedback. It probably gave me like a 1 month boost, but now I'm taking that away. All right, I completely have nothing. It's all zeroed out. So there's nothing, no advantages, no disadvantages, completely neutral. So we got home and I took pictures of my Carhartt because I wanted to list it as soon as I possibly could. So I have listed this Carhartt jacket now. I've got 4 items on my store. My plan is I priced them where I've seen them be sold at. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop these prices down every day until I get something sold. I am completely maxed out on my budget, so I have to wait until one of these sells to get some more money. But right now we're just in the waiting game.
You putting this downstairs. eBay. And you're on eBay.
I was on customer support chat with eBay, and they told me I had to wait up to 48 hours before my items were indexed. I just got my first offer on a Tommy Bahama shirt on my store. It's my very first offer on this store. It is only for $10 though, and I got this shirt for $10. So that's definitely gonna have to be a counter offer for that. But at least I've got somebody on my store interested in this item. So I'm going to counter their offer and see if I can make a deal today on that Tommy Bahama shirt. Let's go! I did some back end work while I was waiting to hear back from my buyer, and I saw that they declined my offer. I don't know what to do if nothing sells.
Give up.
I mean, if that Carhartt, like, surely if it got priced down to like $50, it would sell, no matter what.
He'll probably sell for $150. We have a price tag.
I've dropped it down to $135.
Well, don't drop it down anymore.
I tried to see if I could run a coupon for my store, but I realized I have to have a subscription, which I don't have the money for it yet. So I decided while we're waiting for any more offers or purchases of my store, I was going to sticker up my workstation. I got these awesome stickers sent by a viewer. I would love it if you sent me some of your favorite stickers to add to this collection. I'll leave my P.O. box in the description. I figured while you're watching me sticker this up, I would take the time to answer some of the questions you sent me over on Instagram. I'll make sure to put timestamps in the description. That way you can jump to your favorite question that you want to hear my answer on, or you can just watch all of them if you'd like, but let's get started. Jen wants to know what my photo platform is made of. We used 2x4s to build the frame and then a large sheet of plywood for the flat area. And we put it at an incline where the clothes wouldn't slide off. And we covered it up with a fleece blanket. Another viewer wanted to know if they should post all of their inventory at once or post every day little by little. I personally think it kind of depends on what you're working with. I'm posting everything that I can as soon as I can with this new store, just because I want more hooks in the water right now because I'm trying to gain money. Once I have enough capital to start buying consistent inventory, that's whenever I will commit to listing a certain amount per day. Serena asked, how long have you been selling on eBay and when did you go full-time? I'm starting my 3rd year of reselling, and I went full-time officially with my husband after our 1st year of reselling. Maya asked what my number 1 tip for growing on eBay is, and I would say consistency, but only if you are consistently listing good items. If you are consistently listing bad items, you're not going to be successful on eBay, but if you're consistently listing good items, you will have a successful eBay store. Dahlia wants to know, how much did I invest when I got started? I don't know the exact number. I know it wasn't more than $100. It wasn't much, and I got that money back every single time I sold my items, so I just reinvested that same amount back into my store, buying more inventory, and using the profits that I made off those sales to buy more inventory. Poke Garage wants to know if I set daily, weekly, monthly reselling goals. So I definitely have a daily listing goal of how much I want to list every day. I don't necessarily have a weekly goal, but for the monthly goal, I've been trying to just put the bar up a little bit more, trying to grow our store. So some days throughout that month, we'll have to list some extra just to meet that goal. But that's about as many goals as I have. I'm just here trying to do the same thing day in, day out, sticking with it, and then slowly growing that store. Love and Beauty wants to know how long it took us to get consistent 30 a day sales. So it took us about 2.5 years to reach 30 sales a day. But during those years, we changed our business model a few times, trying to figure out what works best for us. Looking at it now that we know what we want to do with our business and the profit we want to make, we could have reached that a lot sooner. Perfectly Flawed wants to know what our average monthly cost of goods are. We spend an average of around $5,700 a month on inventory. Vintage Point asked if it was a good idea to try to sell items that they want to get rid of before finding their niche. It kind of just depends on your situation. If you have a lot of money wrapped up into these items, I would personally try to get that back out. But if it's minuscule and you're not really going to cry that much about just getting rid of it, then sure, just don't waste your time on something that you don't want to do. But again, if you already have money wrapped up in it and you want that back, I would try to get it all back or take a slight loss or a slight profit. Just depends on the value of your items. And you can either list it all individually if you'd want, or just put it all in a lot and try to wholesale it to another seller. Mom and Me Craft wants to know what keeps me motivated on the hard days. So I'm very fortunate that Kyle and I both split the work. If I was to do this independently and I knew that I was going to have a lot of hard days, I would honestly make sure that I don't build my store up on 100% max capacity of my efforts. I would want to have a store where even on a bad day, I could still show up and do the work. And on a good day, I could knock it out of the park. But if I knew my bad days were only going to be occasional here or there and I just wanted to prepare for them, then having a draft bank would really help. And I have time for one more question. I still have other questions that you've asked, so I'll try to get to those in other videos. But Teenage Angst Paid Off Well asked, how do I break free from free shipping mentality? It's really eating my profit margins. I feel like that would break my mentality right there. But realistically, what broke my mentality of offering free shipping in the very beginning when I was doing this was understanding that since I offer free returns and if I offered free shipping, when somebody for any reason returned the item, even if they just didn't like it or if it didn't fit them well, they would be getting their original shipping back, and that's already been paid. So I would be out the money for the original shipping that I used, and I would have to refund it back. Once I found that out, I decided to start charging for that shipping. That way, whenever they return an item that doesn't fit them or whatever, they just don't like it, they don't get that original shipping back, and I'm not out that money anymore. And there is the start. Pretty good start, if I say so myself. So if you have any more stickers or any stickers that you want me to include on our sticker board, send them on to my post office box. I've got the address in the description and on my channel. I would love to keep adding more. I just want to see this all fully covered with stickers all around. And I was even thinking like this comes off, so we can just get something to replace it if we have way more stickers than space, or just thinking about stickering up all of our inventory boxes if we need more room, which I think would look super dope. But anyway, yeah, I love this. Eventually I'd love to have like graffiti up here just to make it super cool and fun down here. But yes, I'm so happy with all of these so far. These are great. Next time on Rags to Riches.
Oh God.
Where are the bangers at? Oh my gosh.